It's going up right now. The game dev officially starts now, 1 hour later. YouTube streams live. Our vertical stream, here it is. Here's our vertical stream. Love it. Love to see it. Good stuff. Keep it up, vertical stream. You're doing great. Okay. Anyways, let's get to work. Wait, guys, we forgot. Put this back up. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. 025, how's it going? Do you have to do vertical stream YouTube now, or is there no option to turn it off? No, I turned it on. It's optional. I think it's hilarious to see that it turns the vertical stream into that. Yeah. There's no way of customizing it yet. So it just... Some dumbass put a 2-hour timeout on a server, so I had no choice but to watch your stream. Your streams are cool, though. I'm always here. I'm always here whenever you have a 2-hour timeout somewhere else. The whole documentary should just be the vertical YouTube VODs. It literally shows nothing. It literally shows nothing. This game is going to be huge on microtransactions. I can't wait for the... What? I don't know what to go from... Where to go from there. Put the blue man on fire. We don't have a health system yet, which is what we're gonna do today. I don't know how to replicate that though. Like, I guess we could just... Would we run it on the server when you take damage? But then that means that there's a little bit of latency, which is not fun. No one has fun when they have to deal with latency. Well, let's just put it in the game. Put it in the game. Maybe we don't need a health system. We just die if the monster gets us. No, I think it'd be better with a... I'm not dealing with a one health system again. We've already dealt with that with Super Hire. I'm not doing it again. Nope. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Some monsters will probably one-hit you, but... Yeah. You know, Knight. Gameplay attributes are replicated and have a rollback. If you go down that rabbit hole, I am not going down that rabbit hole. That hole will stay where it is, and I am not going down it. Hell no. Heck no. All right. Player health will be a float, integer, float, integer, float. Fuck it. We floating. How much of Unreal C++ are you familiar with? 2. You know, it'd be really sick if the players had abilities. Do you think Unreal has some sort of like gameplay ability system that you could use? Would I try to reach the same amount of viewers as Queso? Nah. I'm not a game streamer. I'm a guy who makes games. I'm the guy who makes content for the game streamers. You know what I mean? Damn, that would be ideal. And if it handled attributes too, it could replicate stamina. I hate you guys. I hate you guys. Yeah, in terms of Unreal C++, a little bit. I'm slowly easing my way into it. I can see Queso playing this game. Would be fun to watch. We're going to find out how many streamers play this game. This definitely is a friend-centric, like, there's definitely a... content creator-centric, you know, whatever. But, yeah. That's my thoughts on Epic starting to phase out the old material system. Stupid. But that being said, I think I've realized I am kind of old-fashioned and I don't really like change too much. I think the reason why I don't like change when it comes to Epic is I don't trust them. I don't trust current Epic games to do a good job on the new systems. I think that's my problem why I don't like change. Like moving over to Substrate. I don't care for it. I don't care for it because I can't exactly trust. I trust the animation team. With the whole Unreal animation framework stuff, I can trust that. But when it comes to other things, I will say though, it does look nice. Substrate, it looks cool, it looks nice. I don't know about the workflow, mainly because I just don't know it yet. I don't know about the performance though. They're saying, they're supposedly saying if you just do the same stuff, you can kind of control the performance, but they also said that about Lumen to an extent. I don't trust any Epic marketing. I don't trust any of it. I don't trust any of it. Your Tim Sweeney tattoo would disagree. I would actually viciously cut off my skin if someone were to put a Tim Sweeney toe tattoo on me. That's dark. That sounds dark as hell. Oh my god, imagine if there was an enemy that like they skinned enemies, or they skinned the players and they like turned them inside out and they only stayed alive for like a few seconds. Like a grape. They just fucking skinned them like a grape. Do I have a tattoo? No, I don't have any tattoos. They skinned them like a grape, dude. Imagine a monster that does that. They deglove you. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta think like a horror. I gotta think like a horror dev now, you know? Plot twist. He has a John Carmack tattoo. No, I don't have a John Carmack tattoo. Although I do respect John Carmack to an extent. Isn't he kind of like an AI guy, though? Welcome, Ducats. Isn't John Carmack kind of an AI guy? He's kind of part of the typical CEO. He's smart as fuck. I'm sure he's smart as fuck. There's a lot of smart people. You should have something like the girl in Lethal Company. They don't show up for one player so they seem crazy. I would love to do that because then you could have like one friend that's like, "Yo, did you guys see that?" And the other player's like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?" That'd be great. I don't know what it would be though. It wouldn't be like a girl. It would be like some creepy girl. It would be like yeah. If I remember correctly, he attends far right shit and is genuinely an asshole, but he also doesn't give a shit. That's fine. He doesn't. I don't care if he gives a shit. He went from creator of FPS engines to rocket scientist to VR stuff to AI general intelligence. Yeah, this is why nowadays I don't have like a role model. I don't have a role model in my life. Except for like, I guess my dad. My father would probably be the closest role model, at least to some extent. But in terms of other role models, bro, Jay Blinsky, Carmack, Vehicle Mac, whatever, fucking whoever, Timmy Sweeney. Dude, there's no good game dev role models out there. It's fucking just, it's sad. Gaben, not even Gaben, bro. Gaben's like a typical billionaire CEO as well. Low key. On the low key. I respect him to an extent. He'd probably be on the top of my list, but I still don't see him as a role model. You know? Did I ever try to make a VR game? I was doing some VR stuff at my contract work. I was doing some VR stuff. Not my cup of tea, personally. But yeah, I don't have any role models. Because it's like every time you start finding someone who you're like kind of inspired by, you then find out that they're actually just a big fucking doofus. You know? And at that point, it's kind of like, you're not safe anymore. You're not safe. I don't know. Who would be my modern day role model? Hey, peace out, 25. Rest well. The guy who works on Stardew Valley, maybe. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. There's just no one there. I just don't really care anymore. You know, I just... I don't know. It's kind of depressing, actually, that I don't really have any role models. Crim's too old for models? No, like, I do think there's always... I don't know. How about Ken Silverman? He created the build engine used in Duke Nukem. I don't know who that is. Ken Silverman. Can Silverman? How can Silverman? I never heard of him. It's sort of making me feel sick. There's something in the game right now that is kind of nauseating. I think it might be the grids. I think it's the constant grid lines. Krim doesn't have a role model because he's a model now. No, don't view me as a role model, please. Supergiant's my role model, so like the entire studio as a whole. But what about like a singular person being a role model? Like I don't know if I. Yeah. Krim's a role model as to what not to do as a game dev. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to work. Add replicated health variable. Okay, so do we want to replicate the health? Because we don't care about anti-cheat, because the stamina is currently local. Do we care for replicating health? Shit my pants, I did. I don't know if we care. Mr. Thank you for giving a sub to Sunny Bot. Sunny Bot. Not a real person, by the way. Redeem 5 push-ups. Oh, come on, man. Wowee. That was tough work. You probably want health replicated if you want players healing each other. Animation related to healing synced. Technically, the only thing that would need to be replicated there is the fact that an event is being called to heal a player. The other player technically doesn't need to know that they're being healed. They would need to know if they died, though. Dying would have to be replicated. You might need health server side to direct monsters AI/interactions. Yeah, we might need to replicate this. Maybe to the owner only? No, but then other clients might need it. Yeah. So then that would mean max health would probably also have to be replicated. Fan of Tom Hall, founding member of id Software. Mighty Dopefish, super mellow, humble and funny guy. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just, for me personally, it's just been really rough to even find any sort of role model. I don't know why. I don't necessarily know why, though. I just don't really have one. Yeah, I don't know. My future self is my role model. He better not fuck it up. My current self better not fuck this up, because future me is relying on current me. Okay, let me tell you, this shit ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. We got work to do. So, like the stamina bar, we are going to need a health bar. The health bar, I think, would be in the corner. Pixel! I think... Should we put it in the corner? It's gonna feel weird then, because then the stamina is right in the center. Maybe the stamina should be in the bottom right corner. Is this a new game? I've been working on it for 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I think? So, sort of? Kind of? What's it about? A train? With your friends? A spooky train? It's about a train. You know how many of my role models have let me down in my lifetime? I guess that's just part of having a role model, is just them constantly letting you down. That's why I don't want anybody to have me as their role model, because I don't want to let you guys down. I'm just a guy. Like, what if this game doesn't do well? Would that tarnish my status as role model for you guys? Is it like that one game RV there yet? Yeah, yes. Yo, watch this. No, don't tilt. Don't tilt. No, don't tilt. No, don't tilt. Wait, hold on. Ah! Oh. What's the most popular game you've deployed? I made Fortnite myself. I am Fortnite. I am the Fortnite. It's true. Search it up. Hello, Fortnite. I'm Minecraft. That guy's more popular than me. What the fuck? You're the reason I only sold 200 copies of my games, because Santa didn't have a shadow in Santa's shadow, which you didn't tell me. Actually, wrong. I actually don't remember. I don't remember what kind of feedback I gave for the game. I was gonna say, it's like I did give feedback that there's no shadow. But I think it's just a case of me thinking I did something in the past that I didn't actually do. It's me, John Fortnite. Tim Sweeney has a tattoo of Krem. Yes, it's true. It's true. Okay, we need to add a damage interface. Means it's time to go back into the sea of plus. Plus. Plus, 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 plus. Plus, 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 plus. Okay, time to make a new sea of plus. This is going to be the damage. Damage. Is there a different like terminology we should have here instead of damage interface? Vitals? I don't know, like what? Man, whatever, we'll just do damage interface. I don't know if vitals would... Vitals interface. I like the word vitals, though. Like, I do like that. We should use that as, like, a terminology when you're, like, getting low in health. Wait, doesn't Half-Life use that term? Vitals? Vitals low or something? Okay, now we have the damage interface. It sounds very Half-Life-esque. It does. I'm pretty sure there's like vitals low. No, wait, no, it's not Half-Life. It's vitals low is from Subnautica. Yep. I remember now. Yes. Yeah, I'm a coder. Vitals low, need more minerals. StarCraft was a great time, even though I sucked at it most of the time. Okay, what are some other functions we would need in a damage system? Well, we just started with this, with an amount, with a hit result. What are some other inputs that we might want to give to the damage system? Why not just use UE's damage system? I don't like it. I just don't like I don't like it, even though I think it's replicated, but I don't know, I just don't like it. Because when you have to start like expanding outward and like adding things to this, I feel like it becomes a pain in the ass. Authority only, this function will only execute on the server. I wonder how they do that. How do they make a function that's server only? Blueprint authority only. Is that how you would do that? Oh yeah, we would need an instigator, would we? You function blueprint authority only. How does that work? This function will only execute on the server. So the thing that's kind of annoying, if it only executes on the server, but we want to do prediction, that might get annoying. Yeah, I don't really use this at all. There's no way of like customizing it unless you like customize the engine, or maybe target as gameplay statics. Could you like create your own gameplay statics? I don't think you can. That shit's like, there's a lot there. I don't know if you could create your own version. At that point, you might as well just make your own fucking function. Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of like making my own stuff because then I have more control over it. That's the main reason. That's the main reason. That's about it. Oakley Dunkley. Let's move the stamina bar. The stamina bar is going to go in the bottom right corner. Meeting time? Godspeed, Sonny. Godspeed. I don't know if I like it in the corner, guys. I'm going to be honest. What's the need for prediction for damage? We just need to be able to get an instant like reaction whenever we deal damage or anything like that. Like some sort of effect, right? I think we're gonna do similar to Repo, where it's like the character flashes red or something. I think that's what we'll potentially do. I don't know if I like the stamina in the corner. But that being said, it might just be a case of like I've been looking at the old version for so long that now it's kind of just a case of just getting used to any sort of level of change. Maybe it's because it's too close to the corner. Red pixel. I don't know if I like it in the corner. I think I prefer it in the center. But then where would the health go? Center top? No, I don't really like center top. I don't want to do Repo where it's like in the top left. Seems kind of odd. Maybe bottom left. Bottom right stamina, bottom left. I wouldn't mind it being centered here, but our system is done extremely poorly where we have a horizontal box. Maybe we have a could put another box in the box. We put a box in the box. What if we put a box in the box? We put a box in the box, and then we can, and then wrap it with a box. Horizontal box in a box, and then put the stamina box in the box. And then fill the box. Uh-oh. Great. Centered. Oh, fuck. Shit. I hate this already. No, not a horizontal box. Let's do a grid box. Grid box. This is in the box. This will be... Motherfucker. Put me in the right section. Put me in the right section. Is that centered? That's not centered. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit, if you ask me. That's centered. Yes. Now put the stamina box in the grid panel. Stamina will be column 2. Oh, dude. Oh, yes. Remove the paddings. Oh. Is that correct? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know if I like that. Exactly, Bosphorus. Yes, yeah. So the damage would appear. The funniest example of this is the day before. The day before did not do any sort of client prediction. So when I think if I remember correctly, the animation of dealing damage would be delayed, and I think even VFX was delayed, if I remember correctly. Now someone can prove me wrong on that. But I remember there was a huge problem with players where they were seeing like damage take, like it was delayed whenever dealing damage to enemies, because they did it all on the server for some reason. They waited until the server gave them a call that they dealt damage. Yeah, the biggest challenge of multiplayer, actually, in my opinion, from doing multiplayer within my limited knowledge, is literally prediction. It is faking the feeling that you are not actually... Like, you are in a multiplayer server, but technically you are having your own instance of a server, and it's kind of faked, and the only thing that you're relying on is receiving calls from the server. So I feel like that's the biggest challenge with multiplayer, is making it feel like you're not in multiplayer. Because you could do everything... Multiplayer is easy if you just do everything on a server call, but then the thing is everything's going to be delayed due to latency and whatnot. So... Oh, easy, in quotation marks, obviously. I feel like that's the real challenge. Like, even something as simple as crouching is so fucking complicated, because if you wait for the server to call the crouch button and the player is already crouching underneath something, they end up rubber banding. And it's like, I don't even know how, by the way, I don't even know how GMC, the general movement component, I don't even know how it does crouching. I don't know how it is... allowing crouches to... I don't know how that works. I would love... I need to read it, because it'd be interesting to see how it actually functions. I don't know if I like this placement. Well, it's kind of growing on me, but I also don't like it very much. I wouldn't mind, actually, if it's closer to the center. I liked where it was, just above the hotbar. Yeah, I kind of liked it too. I don't know. My problem with it is that now that we have to do a health bar, we're going to have like a big... The only way we could do a health bar without like causing a weird balance issue is if we put the health bar at the top center. Yeah. Probably gets pretty complex for competitive games since a lot of logic has to be handled server side to prevent cheating. I stay away from multiplayer personally. I am leaning mostly just into co-op PvE, so not PvP. That's challenging enough, but I don't think I'm ever going to go into PvP, because PvP is like, yeah, that's multiplayer on fucking crack cocaine with a pipe and shit. You could have health in the bottom left, so everything UI-wise is at the bottom. Yeah, but then the problem if we do bottom left, then we have a balance issue where it'll feel really imbalanced. Something I want to do is, technically I wanted to do this for the zombie game, but I think we could do it for this game. It would be cool to do like, I don't know if it would matter. I was thinking like a system where, because we can't emit feeling to the player necessarily, it'd be cool to have like, you know how, which game did this? Terraria? It gives you little like text messages of things that you're feeling. It's like you feel a chill go down your spine or something like that. Will I ever continue the zombie game? I think ultimately end game would be like working on the zombie game for sure. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the future takes us, man. Would be cool to have a zombie alternative to Arc Raiders. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go into PvP. The first thing we'd have to come across is the roguelite, the zombie roguelite, which is basically like multiplayer, no return from The Last of Us or whatever. He's retiring after the zombie game. Realistically speaking, I'm probably going to be like in my mid-30s by the time we start working on the zombie game. You know, Fiber. How you doing? Doing good. How are you? Yeah, I don't know if... Circular bar... You're developing a zombie game? Hey, hell yeah. Zombie game before GTA 6? Before GTA 6 for PC. Yeah, we're gonna need to find a different way to do mass, by the way. Anyways, before we get crazy with this, I know I'm spending way too much time on figuring out where this fucking health bar is gonna be. Health size box. I guess we just put the health. I guess we could put the health at the very top middle. I don't really like the top middle. I think top middle's cringe. Put it under the stamina for now. Yeah, we could put it underneath the stamina. I could always just make the stamina smaller. I'll just put it in the corner for now. Yeah, also, I'm thinking the stamina needs to be a different color. I'm thinking maybe... blue? Not that blue. That's too blue. How about this blue? How about this blue? I'm thinking this blue. This is a nice blue. Maybe we could look into more like immersive stuff in the future, but for now we're just gonna do a bar. Do I have a posterization effect going on? I do, yes, yeah. I kind of turned off some of the post-processing effects as well. There were some other ones, but the grid lines, I think it's the grid lines causing nausea. I don't know. It could be the posterization causing nausea as well. But I feel like there's something in the game right now that's causing nausea. Maybe you're just a weakling? I am not. How dare they? Did I turn off Lumen and Nanite for this project? Yep, yeah, we're on DX11, no Nanite, no Lumen, no VSM, no TSR, no whatever other stuff, no substrate. 2 pixels. Yeah, I also think if the health is full, we'll just fade the health out, similar to how the stamina fades out. Like, honestly, we could probably just do that too. My FPS debuffs. I'm even, from a stylistic choice, I'm gonna set the screen percentage to 60% by default. Like, that's gonna be like, the default game is gonna be 60% screen percentage, so... FPS go up and game look more friend-sloppy. Home run. Exactly. It's really hard to judge how a post-process effect is going to look once, like, we don't have any proper textures yet. So I'm trying not to stay too focused on the post-processing just yet, or the nausea aspect. Because the nausea might just be all of these grid lines. Like, there might just be, like, all of the grid lines might just be causing nausea. I don't know. I don't know. I'm unsure. That's why we need to get started on art like ASAP. We started modeling a few things, obviously, but we need to do some more of the stuffs. Okay. Health bar. So we got the health. Now we just need to attach the bar to the health. Yeah. Yes. Do I plan on using vertex color for objects or a texture atlas to save on texture memory? I don't know yet. Like, I'll probably use like, I don't know if this art style even like this. Technically, these grates, by the way, are a trim sheet. This entire thing is a trim sheet from Ronin. Funny enough. But I don't know, like, if we're going to use trim sheets all that much, to be honest. Because I feel like most of these friendslop games kind of have an art style that are not necessarily, like, meant to be, like, crazy looking or anything like that. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll probably make a texture atlas. You know what we would probably make a texture atlas for? If we end up going for this kind of, like, cassette futurism style, this definitely could be, like, a whole ass thing. Big texture atlas, you know? And like that could be more than enough to like fill up all of the technical pieces in the game. If we end up doing this as an art style, which I think could be really cool. Could be pretty cool. I don't know if it fits the mechanical vibe of everything though. That's my only problem. This seems kind of like plasticky-ish vibe, whereas this is like, I feel like trains are a lot more metal. So, but you can see like there's certain elements that are similar, right? We could definitely fit in some elements. We got like the speedometers, the dials, and then buttons and stuff. Like it definitely, like, we could find like a middle ground between the two that I think could be kind of cool looking. Whichever way is going to allow swapping the character texture to turn into a large Cheeto is the best way. Oh my god. Okay, let's hook up the health bar, and then we need to get something that damages us, and then we need to start testing with clients. Yep. Get a Boolean. We're going to start testing with clients, getting all that fun stuff going, yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so for now, we have this hooked up to the event tick. Okay. Okay. Well, technically we need that for interpolation anyways, so it's not that big of a deal, but, you know, it's not interpolating, it's just doing its thing. Getting the raw number. That's all right. Let's just, fuck it. Let's just put it in here. Stamina P bar, more like health P bar. Where's the health P bar? Health peanut butter bar. Okay, so we get the health from here. And then we get the max health from here. How do you do prediction for health? Because if you set the health on client side so that they immediately see the reaction, and then the server actually calls it, I guess there's a possible chance that things might get a little fucky-wucky. But we'll see how we end up doing it. Maybe it would look cool stylistically that the health bar is actually delayed. We could always interpolate it as well. And interpolation might hide that weirdness. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Set the percentage from health divided by maximum health. Okay, okay. All right. It is currently 0. Why is it 0? Because the max health is 0. Ah, why, of course. That would make sense. You know what? We might actually need a number associated with the health. Also, it's clipping the hand. We're already getting into a little bit of... Yeah, whatever. Just keep it in for now. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't. Prototype. Come on. Ignore it. Ignore the fact that it's clipping the hand icon. Got a cranny. Okay, dealing damage. First off, we need to inherit the damage interface. Did I forget to run the code? Oh, yeah, we did. Let me make sure everything's saved. I think so. All right, rerun. So on the board for today, we're currently working on the health system. We're basically getting all of these 3 things done at the same time. How would I go about doing a neat little damage effect, kind of like Repo, where you flash red? I guess that we would hook it up in the material. And then maybe... maybe we could do maybe we just end up using the custom primitive data and then set the values on a timeline. Yes, this could work. Yes, this could work. This could work. That is a possible idea. An idea, one could say. All right, so now, damage interface, very good, damage actor. So now we can read from the damage actor here. This is gonna damage us. Let's go ahead and make a button. L, key, debug. Debug key L will then will deal damage to ourselves. Damage, message. And this will deal damage to ourselves. Now, I wonder, do we need to call this on, should we call this on the server? We probably do want to do damaging on the server, huh? Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Okay, it's fine. Let's just start with this for now. Let's see if this actually, like, works. Man, actually working hard and making progress? I don't feel like I'm working hard. I'm just, you know, just doing things. You know, I'm just doing some shits. I don't think we can convert this event to a function. Can we? I don't think we can. I think it has to be an event. How you doing, Fi? So we take the health, we do this, blah, 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 set health. All is good. Now, let's see if this at least works at a basic level. Pretty sure it should. We hit L. Deal damage. Of course, this means that none of the other players know that they're taking damage, because there's no way of knowing how much health each player has. Now, we can make this run on the server. Okay, for testing, we are actually going to do something different. I'm going to do a line trace. Good. This is going to be our way of testing damaging other players so that we can replicate everything. We're going to make it so we damage other players. Insecurity is going to be self, hit result is going to be hit result, and then let's do this like this. So I believe with this current system, the server can call it on another client, but I don't think the client can call it on another. Right, obviously. So we would need to probably call this. So I'm curious. I'm actually really curious. What did someone say? Blueprint authority only? Does it also need to be blueprint callable? Or do those do these collide? With network authority. Just authority only? Okay, let's see. I'm curious what that looks like. So I don't really like using, I might not like using that node, mainly because it means that I don't think we can do any sort of like client. I should probably rename that because I'm pretty sure damage actor. Event damage actor called from damage actor should not be called from a blueprint. Okay, no, I think it doesn't need to be called blueprint callable as well. I don't know if I like this blueprint authority only because it might mean that we can't do any sort of like prediction calls. Like I'm sure we can without calling the interface, but I would rather call the interface. Open these two things. Interesting. So it shows authority only. It just doesn't show the icon. Oh, there it is. Maybe I shouldn't call it damage actor because that's literally the same. That's the same name as the other damage system. Is it? Wait. Event any damage. Apply damage. Oh, okay, it's a little different. So I'm pretty sure the clients obviously won't be able to call that. I can call it on a client, but then when it comes to calling on the server or calling on the other guy next to me here, it's not going to do anything. Right, makes sense. So I think we don't want to make this blueprint authority only. I think the only thing that we do want to do authority on is dealing damage, and then we need to make sure like the damage is like valid. I think that would be the main thing. Make sure that the damage that's being dealt is valid. And then I think that's the biggest thing. So I'm going to make an event, server set health. Some art designers will really start coming together. Yeah, I got to probably get on that. It's going to be a case of like, we do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, you know, get some systems going, and then kind of do some other stuff as well. So we call the damage actor event. If we call the damage actor event, I don't know if that'll actually get called. Yeah, because the damage actor event doesn't actually go through. So, oh yeah, also it's still authority only. We got to rerun. Have you ever finally figured out some shit after working on it for weeks? Dude, that feeling is the best. That feeling is the best. It's the best. It's the best. Yeah. Yeah, so this is not going to be enough to set the health. Because the damage actor call doesn't get called at all on the other client. So this needs to be replicated. Hold on. Mm. Hold on. Okay, we need to I need to yeah, this interface call needs to be called in a run on server. Let's see if let's just do a really quick server deal damage. This would be reliable, pretty important. Target, amount, hit result, instigator, server, deal damage. Let's see how much this gets fucky. Because then we're calling a server deal damage and then calling a server set health, which is kind of unnecessary because we're already setting the health, so I probably don't need that. But let's just see if we can deal damage to people now. We just run it on the server. So there we go, dealing damage from the server. Client's dealing damage to the server. Client's dealing damage to the other client. Of course, slightly delayed, as you can see. If I hit L here, there's a short like delay on it. So that's where we'd probably separate this into two different systems. The server would deal damage, but the client would have its own version of visual effects. And then other clients would have a, I guess, multicasted version of the damage event, or maybe we just call it straight from the damage actor. I guess we could do that. That way it's a little bit more instantaneous rather than having to do multiple RPCs. Okay, well, I guess. I need event tick, I think. I don't know if I would do that. Don't know if I'd do that. Might not be a good idea. Okay, so this will say is our like local version. Technically speaking, we wouldn't want to deal damage to an instigator. So I think either way, we would probably put this inside of the damage actor. I'm also wondering, I wonder if we can make do without the server set health in here in the damage actor interface. But I think we'll keep it here just in case. Yes. So then that way, the only thing setting the actual variable is the server. We'll have to work on that a bit though. We'll have to work a bit on that. Let's go need some work. Okay, so this is our way of testing the health. So that's good. Was super hire a smashing success? I think everybody has different definitions of success, but I would say for me, yes. First game release doing pretty well, yeah. So we need red flashing effect when taking damage and then an impulse event. Okay, that'll be cool. Yes, an impulse event. So whenever we take damage, we'd probably want to deal an impulse. Could we put that in the... We're probably going to want to put that in the damage actor interface. Is Ronin still on track for a 2072 release date? How old would I be in 2072? Let's see, how many years is that from now? That is 52 years from now? Wait, no. 48? 47 years from now? It's 47 years from now. I'll be in my 70s. I'll be 75. That's crazy. That's crazy. If I'm alive by then, which hopefully, but yeah. I'll be 75. Yes, we are definitely on track. Yes, we are indeed on track. Okay. Flashing red effect. 75 and still working on UE 27. Now I'll be in my own game engine by then. I'll be down the rabbit hole. I'll be working in assembly. I'll be coding in C plus C asterisk. That'll be the new coding language at that time. C asterisk. C star. C star. Super C. Sounds like a fucking like a thing that you'd take that gives you like vitamin C, even though it's just sugar. Super C. Drink this. It tastes like orange. You'll be vibe coding using general AI? Yeah, totally, man. Totally. Surely the internet won't be dead by then, right, guys? We'll be back on dial-up. Vibe code a game with C++ and cursor. That's all right. I think I'll stick to making good games. Or I think good games. Copium? I don't know, maybe. Possibly Copium. Get a load of the ego on this guy. Okay, so damaging. Taking damage. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do some prediction stuff. But for now, let's just stick to everything on server. And then we'll figure out the prediction stuff later. Not too happy about that, but fuck it, I guess. Let's go here to our mesh. Let's go to body. Wow, this is really stupid material because it was exported straight from... actually, I think I might use the emissive color now that I think about it. Straight from Blender. Specular color. Is that even doing anything? Let's redo this. Metallic, don't need it. Specular, don't need it. Oh, it was actually modifying the specularity a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Roughness, cut it out. That might change the look of our body, or player characters. Oh yeah, interesting. Was that also hooked up to the anisotropy? Was anything hooked up to anisotropy? What is the specular call? Specularity is the specular color, the dot product of 1, apparently. 1. It's the parameter name is 1, and the default value is 1 divided by 3. Yes. And that's being fed in from specular color. I don't think specular color actually feeds in like an actual like vector 3. I'm pretty sure it's quite literally just a 0 to 1 value. Whatever. Just feed it in. Just put it in. Put it in the thing. We'll make adjustments to this at a future date. Now, what I do want to play around with is the emissive color. This is what I want to play around with. I want okay. This is all happening in body underscore 002. Don't ask me what happened to 001. I don't know. I don't know what happened to 001. We don't talk about 001. It is within all of our best interest to not speak of 001. So I have no idea what happened to him. And then let's add a timeline in here. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing this, but this is the only way I can think of. Taking damage, I think this would be 0.2 seconds. Let's add a track. This is going to be float, alpha. We're going to have the beginning and the end. And then we need a key in here. Goes to a value of 1. And there we go. And then in here, we want to set the custom primitive data float value of 0. And that will be the alpha value. And then whenever we deal damage, we're going to play a timeline. Okay, I'm going to go fuck myself because I don't know what the function is called. Never mind. Where's my timeline? Oh, there it is. Yep, I'm stupid. So let's see if this works. Will this be replicated to everybody? It technically should be because it's running on... Oh, it's not multicasted. Never mind, it is not going to work. We'd have to multicast this. that's really annoying. Let's see. I don't know if setting the timeline to replicated would work. I guess it does. No dragon. You have trouble replicating the physics handle system. Were you coding this while live on stream? Technically yes, but I also use smooth sync, which might get in the way of if you were to just use basic, just whatever's in Unreal. Probably wouldn't really help too much because smooth sync is probably handling some of the replication of locations and all that kind of stuff. But what I did have to do is I had to replicate the target location. So on client, I set the target location on client, and then on server, I'm also setting the target location. But I'm also using smooth sync to handle some of the ownership and making things look nicer and more interpolated and whatnot. So there's one of the pieces, one of the pieces. But we did it on stream, so it's probably in one of the VODs. If it's not on Twitch, it's probably on YouTube. Here, Colonel. I finally moved my team into an office, and guess what the landlord said after we moved in fully? I need you guys to leave. Is that what happened? Grim, you're the only game developer I know worth its salt. What do you think about pirate software? I don't know. He's not my vibe. But I also don't think any of the people that make content on the person to try to bash him are my vibe either. There's this like... There's a YouTuber called Programming Jesus that I watch, and I was like, this guy is also a bozo, too. Is this the new upcoming game? It is the current game that I'm working on right now. Yeah, I don't know. There were people stinking on his code and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, okay. We're going through this shit, huh? We're gonna shit on someone's code now, I guess. Landlord Deadass said after rendering this place for 2 months, wait, you guys are gonna work here? I thought it was only for documentation purposes. Landlord in the corner. My bed. I sleep here. I thought you were just gonna use this to, like, I don't know, fuck with taxes and shit. That's crazy. What's the concept of the game? You and your friends have to keep a spoopy train going. That's the elevator pitch. Keep a spooky train running with your friends. That's crazy though, dude. Landlord thinking, well, actually, wait, you're gonna actually use this place? Wait, you're actually gonna use this place? So here's a case of client prediction. The thing that is dealing damage. So let's say we were shooting a gun, right? Right now I'm using L. I'm just using our debug key to like debug damaging. I'm damaging the server right now. But the thing is, when we deal damage should be different from when we like visually deal damage. Like let's say we were shooting a gun, we shot a gun, and it would be instantaneous. It would take us like a split second before it actually dealt damage. You see how it's like slightly delayed? So the actual effect we would play client side but the actual dealing of the damage would be done on the server. So I think what we would do in this case is taking damage effect would be played on, I think we would multicast this rather than playing it replicated, because I just don't think that's the way to go about doing this. We would maybe, or would we multicast it? We'd play it client side. I think what we would do is we'd deal damage client side. And then, yeah. Anyways, on this deal damage, we got to add we got to feed a value into this. Impulse. The weirder part is that for 2 months I've been getting furniture into the office, getting the washrooms fixed, and so on and so forth, all on his dime. Damn, what the fuck? It's so weird. What? I'll pay you $5 if you randomly can line up with other trains with other players on it and raid on it, like the Arc Raiders. No, I'm good, man. I ain't gonna do that. Someone messaged me that someone's making, like, there's a game, there's a train. Which Discord was it? Where was it? Oh, it was it was a game called Engine Fall. Whatever the fuck that is. It's a game called Engine Fall. My Steam is broken. Steam! Steam! Am I making these games for my portfolio or are you going to release them? I'm releasing them. Also, what happened to the spider game? Which spider game? Wait, it is on Steam. Why is it that I couldn't see it? No, I don't do anything for my portfolio. I really don't care about my portfolio. To be honest. Oh, it's this game! Yeah, I have seen this game. Yeah, no, I'm not really making a shooter on a fucking train. That's not happening. A, that sounds like ass, and B, multiplayer. Some weird people would be owning real estate. There's weird people everywhere, man. Homeless, home owned. Homeless, owning home, whatever. I make games to release them so I could pay rent. I make games to pay off my rent. But the other game, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really feeling the other game. I wasn't feeling the direction it was going in and whatnot. So, alas, here we are. Okay, so let's get Impulse working now. Luckily, GMC has an impulse system. So we'll just feed the impulse into GMC, and I'm pretty sure this is already replicated. That being said, we are running this on server, so we'll be fine. And let's get this, let's test this out. Was it a samurai combat game? No, it was like the demon game. No, not Ronin. It was the demon game. Weren't you making a Crusader type game? Crusader? No, I think you mean the game with the sword and the demons and the red hand and the bow and shit. Add impulse is not working. Also, I need to get rid of these fucking stupid warnings. The mobility of blah, blah, blah has to be set to movable if you like to move it. I don't want to move it, man. I don't want to move it. Why is it even trying to move it? I'm gonna get mad. Didn't you have a mechanical spider in Ronin? We did, yes. That's true. I forgot about that. That is true. I did kind of forget about that. Why is impulse not... Why aren't you working? 50,000 cigarettes. I guess maybe we'd want to put the add impulse in here, but that's stupid because then we need the GMC movement component to occur on the target. This doesn't make any sense. This wouldn't make sense. This would run on the server's client. This is stupid. See? Kermit voice. 50,000 cigarettes. 50,000 cigarettes. Sounds more like my Kermit voice sounds a lot more like that guy that I forget what his name is. Maybe it's because the movement is client authoritative. This is no, not really. Yeah, oh yeah, JP. Your Kermit voice sounds like redeems 5 push-ups, 10,000 points. Mods? Oh, my body. I bet you the damage actor impulse value is like not being sent through the interface. I bet you that's what's going on. Which then means interfaces fucking suck. Wait, it has a value. Wait. Wait, it is sending values. It's just not it's not able to add the impulse. How did it work over here then? Oh, it only works on the server. For some reason. It only gets called on the server. So, what I might... God, I fucking hate replication sometimes. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. So I have to get no. This there is a get movement component. I just gotta find it. Give me 1 second. It's somewhere somewhere in here, somewhere. There's no way I have to cast to the hit actor. Right? Cast the pawn. Because we're already in the character. Like, there's no way I have to... And then get the movement component that we're actually hitting? Because here we're doing the... Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. I guess add impulse can't be called on the client. Which is odd, considering that we did do it in a different spot. Yeah, I'd have to cast the character. It's stupid, because I'm technically already inside of the character. This is really... It's really peculiar, but this is really stupid. Oh, come on. This is... No, get the movement component. Get the movement component. And then call it on that, which then calls it on the actual component that I want to call it on. No, this doesn't make any sense. This is stupid. This is going to be like, well, you're already inside of it. Well, no. Good, golden. Still not happening. It only runs on the server. It can't run on the clients. Hmm. can only run on the server. What's weird is that I tested this a while ago, but yeah, weird. Add impulse. For some reason, this is not being called on our client. Yeah. I don't know. I think it might be because we have some client authority input output stuff that we put in. And that might be fucking with it a little bit. Some of the stuff we changed in here is probably causing issues here. Where did I change it? Did I change it in the root? Oh, it's not showing the past stuff. Oh, no, it is. It is. Input, output, shape. Yeah. Probably some of this. So, even though we are calling this locally, so I don't actually know. Can I maybe add impulse here? This would be stupid because it would add impulse to ourselves. Whoever, the one dealing the damage. What should I order for dinner tonight? I'm getting barbecue tonight. Some brisket, ribs, wings, fries. Some of that good shit. Hell yeah. I'm getting fucking hungry, man. This stream is definitely... We're going to be underworking tonight. We going to be underworking tonight. That's a new emote. New emote, underworking. We got overworking. We got underworking. A slew of emotes. I don't know why we can't just add impulse to ourselves. I guess when we call damage actor, because we're calling it from the server and we're not calling it locally, I guess we can't, like... Now I'm interested. If I call the damage actor message and I feed it the same values, okay? I call the same thing, but then I feed in the add impulse. Okay. So now we're directly calling damage actor. Will that call the call on the call? Will that call the call? Well, now it's calling it twice because we're calling it locally and then it's calling it on the thing. So that would be our way of doing prediction. We would just have to make sure that we're not calling it on... We're just not calling it again, I guess. And by that I mean, like, this would not play on the instigator. So I'll just cut that for now, because we'll probably use it in the future. I'm still confused about this, though. I don't know why I can't add impulse to myself. I don't know why. I cannot add impulse to Multiplayer is complicated. Multiplayer is pissing me off. I'm getting real pissed off. And I can't just use add impulse. I was hoping that we could use the GMC movement component for this. But for some reason, it's not working. I'm pretty sure add impulse in here is for others. It's for physics. Okay. Let's see what we got. Funny enough, when we jump, we use add impulse. So how is it that we can add impulse in here, but I can't do it anywhere else? Does someone care to explain why shit fucked? GMC movement utility component. GMC movement utility component. I'm gonna freak out. Freak out. I'm going to freak out. Abort smooth transition. Add acceleration. Add force. Add impulse. Add radial force. Add radial impulse. Add velocity. Add velocity from hit. Add to blah blah blah. Apply deceleration. Apply impulse. Blah 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 blah. Calculate velocity. Blah 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 blah. Disable movement. No. Enable client authority physics simulation local. What? I'm not familiar with multiplayer stuff, but how is the level itself handled? Level itself is client side, technically. There are certain objects within the level that you can specify as replicated or whatnot. I don't know the full details of it, but clients usually get their own client version of it unless something is specified to be net replicated. Multiplayer is a bit of a funny one because, okay, let's see. What if I just add a random number? Let's say we do 900 impulse Z, just a flat value, not sending any information. Would that work? Oh, again, it only works on the server. I'm gonna get a dub. I want to try something. What if we revert some of the stuff that we changed? My favorite replication Unreal. It's a good time. If we revert some of those replication properties... No. Dude, I don't know why. But add impulse can only be called on the server for some reason. I don't understand. Let me check the code. Read the code. Read the code. Read the code. If impulse is 0. Because the thing is execute on server is already calling damage actor. I hate falling asleep, then waking up, then crashing, and then waking up super late. Crashing like a computer? I'm about to crash like a car into a fucking cement wall by doing this shit, let me tell you. So the server is sending the value, but the client is not receiving it. And that might be the problem. Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Run an owning client. Hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. Shoo shoo shoo. Now the owning client would be, well, the owning client, right? So we would do hit result, break hit result, hit actor, client deal. Hold on, let's see if this actually works because it's very possible that run on server. If we run on owning client on a server, will it only run it on the server or will it run on the owning client that we called the event on? Oh, here we go. Can't wait to deal with this one. Okay, server can call in on the clients now. Can client call in on a client? Client is calling it on a client. However, because now we're doing an RPC call within an RPC call, slightly delayed. This is reliable, reliable, reliable. Set health should probably also be reliable. But that being said, the damage actor is already happening on the server, so we probably don't need to be calling another RPC because it's already... I'm not the biggest fan of this type of implementation, but... there has to be a better way of doing this. I have a very stupid idea. Okay, let's just stick with this for now. It's not great, but I have some ideas of what we could do for the damage interface. You can even see that there's a delay between the damage and the other thing. So I'm curious. Hold on, I'm going to try something really stupid. It's not going to work, but I'm just curious about it. I have no clue why. I feel like we shouldn't have to. I don't know why we'd have to replicate. Like, I guess because this is running on the server and not running on the client. I guess we don't deal damage to ourselves. I would ideally want the damage actor to not necessarily only be run on the server. Like, I technically want the client to call damage actor. But I don't think I can just do this. Like, that's not gonna cut it. But for some reason, the add impulse. I don't know why add impulse. Okay, oh, I do know why. Because when we run this on the server, the impulse is not calling it on the client. Probably why all of this is fucked up. Hit actor. We're gonna do something weird. I want this to be not replicated. Will this get the character and will it deal the damage to them from the server without, let me see. Because we have some client authority stuff, I don't know if it'll work, but I'm curious. Only runs on the server. Weird. So odd. Just set my release date for March 9th. Hey, hell yeah. Are you gonna do the Next Fest stuff or are you just skipping that? How long have I been tinkering with Unreal and game dev in general? Probably like 10 plus years. I don't know. Maybe like 12 years now, 11 years, something like that. Okay, this can be improved. This entire damaging system, I think, can be improved. Right now, though, we're just testing it from player on player, which is not technically something we'd want to do. But we'll figure that out. What I do want to test it on, though, I forgot. This is all in a level instance now. What I do want to test it on, though, is if someone runs into the furnace. Yes. Then we can see how instant we can make it without requiring client dealing damage to a client. You know what I mean? Like say I know it's 12:45 and I feel like shit. Yeah, I was really lazy waking up, and I like technically woke up at like 1:30 out of bed. So yeah. Okay, well, we have some of the damage stuff done. Is it perfect? No, but it's there. Let's put in the task, make damaging more reactive on client side. Make damaging more reactive on client side. Reduce amount of reliable RPC calls. Another thing we want to do, make furnace damage player also to test damage system. Okay. We complete a task just to add 2 more. But it's okay, we're breaking things down into sections, into parts, into pieces. I know words. I'm best words, coming up with words, best words. Eat stamina. Make damaging more reactive for client side, reduce amount of reliable RPC calls, make furnace damage player also test damage system. I want to test something, actually. I do want to test something. If I set this to 500, can we still like, geez, calm down. Can we still like move an object around with another object? I think the mass is impacting the does mass impact the impulse velocity on hit? I think it is. I think it's making the impulse larger. But I did notice, let me mute on your guys' end. Hold on. Let me test this out first. Oh my god, physics handle. Physics handle completely ignores the mass of nearby objects. Okay, the physics handle I don't think is going to cut it. This shit's not going to cut it. This shit sucks balls. Oh god, that really sucks. Okay, for now, it's not a huge problem, but it will be. It will become a problem, because the problem is like you can push. Technically, so this is a very light object. Quick, this one's technically supposed to be heavy, but you can break the simulation by just whacking it with a light object. So that's very bad. Made a system using physics constraints that worked well for me in multiplayer. Yeah, maybe instead of physics handle, maybe I do physics constraints. Maybe I fuck with the physics constraint instead of a physics handle. Because I think this completely breaks the feeling of mass. For now it's fine, but I think we're going to add a task. To board. Convert physics handle system to a physics constraint system to more reliably simulate mass on object. For object on object hits. Convert physics handle system to a physics constraint system to more reliably simulate mass for object on object hits. This guy's just fucking using words. 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 Bro's just yapping. Yeah. Yeah, I do be. I do be. Put this in the to-do. Put this in the to-do. Actually, fuck this task. Put that in the backlog. Actually, make another list. Backlog. Put this in the backlog. Put that in the backlog. Rename it. Yeah, we're listing. Bro's already starting a backlog. His project is doomed. No, these are like low priority, who gives a shit tasks, which honestly, to be decided, should be the backlog, actually. But these are not backlog. These are like important. Call it low prio. But that's what a backlog is low prio. So much mods. Oh my god. How's Trello working out? Honestly, it's kind of the same. It's just a little bit more organized than a ridiculous list like this. That's about it, really. When you really think about it, it's not that much different. But it does make it a little easier to see like what is to do. So, I guess. I actually don't know why this list is in here. It doesn't really make sense because we already have it written down in here. But I will. So really funny. We didn't get to these other two tasks yet. Let me just order food real quick. Yeah, fuck it. Let me just order some food, and when the food gets here, then I end the stream. Streamer moment. Ordering food. It's just another streamer moment. McDonald's or Arby's? How about neither, bro? Thoughts? Hey, crazy idea. How about neither of those? Those are both gross. McDonald's is on my shit list. Fuck McDonald's. Thoughts? 2 trimmings. Choice of 2 small trimmings. Okay. How about that one? And onion rings? Yo, fries or onion rings, chat? Fries? Onion rings? Onion rings? How about some bread and ham? What the hell? That's it? The fries, I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember the fries being that good here, so I think onion rings is the way to go. I don't know if they make very good fries. I don't remember them being very good. The cornbread was also really mid. Plus it cost $4.50 for one singular cornbread. And it's not even that good. So it's like, kill me, I guess. The mac and cheese, not very good. I think I'm gonna add extra brisket. Do I enjoy my time while working on a game? Yeah. If I didn't, I'd probably just do something different. There's actually a barbecue shop in the States called Sonny's, and their fries are really underwhelming. Bro said everything's mid. Why the fuck you going? No, dude, I said two sides are mid. And your ass was like, everything is mid. Let me get a beef brisket by the pound. Okay. I see if a barbecue restaurant can't make mac and cheese bussin', something's not right. I don't know. I think I'm very selective when it comes to my mac and cheese, to be honest. I think that's the problem. It's like potatoes or mashed potatoes. I'm very selective with mashed potatoes. I'm like peak mashed potatoes is in between like when it's like really mushy or like really like just ground down with a slight bit of like little bit of solids in there. Like still there's still a little bit of like something there. You know what I mean? Like that's my peak mashed potatoes for me. But some people like that shit smooth and silky smooth. And I've had some mashed potatoes that's silky smooth. I don't remember where it was from, but it was really good. What the hell is that noise? Dude, one of my neighbors is doing something. I want them to stop. Stop. Stop it! Sounds like a fucking dinosaur, man. Okay, let me see. What did I get? Should I get more ribs? Sounds like a truck backing up. Do you guys hear it? Are you guys hearing it? That's what I have to deal with. I love living in an apartment. It's getting louder and louder. I think they're going through my wall. What's going on, dude? Bro's back at the warehouse. I recognize a forklift from anywhere. Yeah, they got a forklift in the fucking apartment unit. Your food delivery has arrived. Dude, I'm kind of crazy. I kind of want to try a chicken Caesar wrap. Am I crazy? Fuck it. There's a voice in the back of my head that's telling me no. Apparently. Nah, bro, those slap so hard. Now I have three differing voices now that are telling me different things. You never had one? I've had a chicken Caesar wrap at McDonald's. So basically no then? All right, fine. All right, fine. Just this once. It's on you guys though, okay? Just telling you, it's on you. It's on you guys. This is on you. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You guys are just too kind. Tim Hortons wraps slap so hard. You're not a real human being. Should try those sometime. Yeah, I did. I've had those back when Tim Hortons wasn't shit, and now it is. It's garbage now. Tim Hortons isn't even like Canadian anymore. It's owned by like fucking Burger King, or like a different company now. My Tim Hortons is still good, so suck it. What the hell? That's bullshit. What happened to my Tim Hortons? Tim Hortons, multiple Tim Hortons.
Shit,
Mr. Thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 sub. Yeah, that's where the chicken Caesar wrap's going. Okay.
Shit my pants, I did.
An hour? Oh my god, I'm gonna be dead by then. Or starving.
Shit my pants, I did.
I really do feel like a streamer, you know? Like
Shit
they're
my
like
pants,
ordering
I did.
food 3 times a day. You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm not doing that. I only order one like
Shit my pants, I did. Shit my pants, I did.
I can make the exact same sounds. 3 years later. Thank you, Mr. By the way, thank you. Okay. I'm actually getting really hungry to the point where I actually want to start chewing on my Invisalign and start eating it. Just want to start fucking chewing on it and eating it. Plastic, yum. Okay. I'm actually getting so hungry, my fucking hands are sweating. Something's not right with me. Help.
Shit my pants, I did.
Sound, thank you for the prime, thank you.
Stupid ads.
Why did you remove the dono button so I didn't have to go through Twitch? Yeah, I kind of removed it. It felt kind of disingenuous that I would accept, like... Well, okay, 2 things, actually. One, for some reason, let's see if it's still broken. The notification broke, so I just disabled it. Let's see if it's still broken. Oh, would you look at that? It's not broken anymore. Well, it's not broken anymore, but 2, I just felt like I felt I don't know, I feel like accepting donations, or not donations, tips, I should say tips. Accepting tips feels weird considering that I'm like selling games and stuff. I don't know. Am I, and then, you know, yeah, and yeah. I guess the problem with gifting subs is half of it goes to Bezos, but like at least I guess people to get to enjoy the stream for a month without ads or something. I don't know. Yeah, the link is still out there. Like, you know, it's not disabled or anything, but I just didn't, I don't know. I felt weird and slimy having a tips button and then also being like, hey, buy my game. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Also, the third point that I just thought of right now, and I'm sure I thought of it before, is doing taxes is really annoying. Because I know first world issues. Yeah, I know. I have to count up all of those. Don't you have an account? Yes, but I still have to like make a spreadsheet and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I appreciate it though. Thank you, Mr. No, seriously, thank you. They don't do that for you? They will. But, yeah. Nah, I don't know. I just feel weird doing the whole tip thing. Especially considering I don't even stream that long. Hell, I shouldn't even be accepting gifted subs, to be honest, because I only stream like 3 to 4 hours a day, not even. Like, my ass is fucking dead. I'm tired, man. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. I'm about to start eating my plastic aligners. Does Twitch not give you a rundown? When you do coffee tips, I guess I could maybe get a summary from coffee, but coffee accepts payments in different currencies, so it's not actually giving me the correct values. Dude, taxes suck. I should just commit tax fraud. Or not tax fraud, tax evasion. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, obviously, but... No. I don't do a donation panel on Twitch. Clipped. Do not send it to the CRA/IRS/ three-letter acronym for any other country. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for dropping by. It's I'm hungry. I'm actually dying. I'm gonna eat some snacks. I'm gonna shove shit in my face. Good stream, even though we did not get everything we wanted done in the list. I'm gonna get some of this done off stream. How do people stream for like 10 hours a day? How do they fucking do it, man? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. How do they do it? How do they fucking do it, man? I don't know how they do it. That's crazy. I'm terrified of streaming next year. Why do it? Sonny, do it because you want to do it, not because you have to. They ignore their stomach when streaming. I don't know how they do that. How do they do that? Ah! Anyways, thanks for dropping by, everybody. Thank you for lurking, chat, and sticking around. I'm going to get some food inside of me because I'm extremely hungry. Good progress on the game, question mark? I think. I don't know. I'm really annoyed about how some of these things came out. So we'll work on it a little bit more. Yes. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. Maybe not tomorrow. I think my chair is coming in tomorrow. And that one's going to be a bit of a doozy. But I'll try. I'll try to stream tomorrow. Yeah. So on that note, see you guys either tomorrow or the day after, or maybe not. Maybe not Friday. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'll let you guys know on Discord and Twitter or something. Okay, goodbye. Have a great